The market is buzzing, and we've got 12 comic books. Yes, 12 comic books that we're going to talk about today. So go grab your vibe juice and meet me back here in the comic room. What's up, everybody? Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and we're going to talk about 12 of the hottest comic books that are selling on the market today. I'm your boy C3, and we are back for another episode of, Keep It Comics. I appreciate you guys stopping by, checking out the channel, and we're going to start the list off at number 12. You heard it right, not a top 10 this week, this is a top 12. Starting off the list at number 12, we're going to talk about Ultimate Fallout 4, and this is the first appearance of Miles Morales. All right? Now, last recorded sale for this book was $537, and that was for a raw copy. This book is currently down on the market, ladies and gentlemen, at 13%. It is down. It was below 13%, but it's still moving units on the secondary market. That makes this a great buying opportunity for Ultimate Fallout 4, so don't miss out on this book. Average price for a raw copy is $498, while the average price for a graded copy is $1,651. We had a high sale that took place back in 2022 when this book sold for $4,499, and that was for a CGC 9.8. Fair market value has this book resting at $498 for a raw copy in near mint condition. So, if you are a Miles Morales fan like I am, keep your eye out on this book because it's definitely moving on the secondary market. All right, ladies and gentlemen, at the list at number 11, we want to talk about Ultimate Invasion, issue number 1, and this is the Bryan Hitch cover. This came out in June of 2023, and this book is doing numbers already. Last recorded sale for this book was $9, and that was for a raw copy. This book also is down on the market. It is a negative 4.12%, but it still has moved over 67 units on the market this past week. All right? Average price for a raw copy was $8. Average price for a graded copy was $58. I see this as another strike while the iron is cold opportunity. Whenever you find books that take a little dip like this, you have to strategically think, is this a good opportunity for me to get my hands on this book? Will this book stay at this low price or will it go back up in the near future? For this particular book, I see that it's down right now, so I'm going to go ahead and grab a copy for myself, and I wanted to share that with you, all right? Because we did have a high sale that took place back in August of 2023, and that was for $58. Now, fair market value has this book resting at $8 for a raw copy in near mint condition. Ultimate Invasion, issue number 1, the Bryan Hitch cover that recently just came out this past June, is on the move, ladies and gentlemen, so keep your eye out on it. At the list at number 10, we want to talk about SpiderMan 2099, issue number 1. And this is that first solo title featuring Spider-Man 2099. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I went and saw the last Spider-Verse movie. I was very impressed, excited about it, and I'm looking forward to what's to take place next. So I do have a few copies of this in my collection, but it may be time to add a couple of more. I see these as all buying opportunities. Pay attention to this list very closely as it is designed to put you ahead of the curve when it comes to the market and your strategy of buying to add books to your collection. All right? Last recorded sale for this book was $20. Now, this book is down 2.28%, but it has sold a total of 6,089 copies of this particular book so far, all right? So even though this book is down, it's still moving quite a few numbers, all right? So the raw price for this book is $21. Average price for a graded copy is $193. Now, get this. There was a CGC 9.9 that was sold in 2021, and that high sale was for $3,550. Yes, the 9.9 is the golden egg when it comes to this particular book. We do have a fair market value price resting at $21. All right, so if you're interested in getting your hands on Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2099, issue number 1, this is the first solo title featuring Spider-Man 2099. $20.99. Keep your eye out on this book because it's definitely moving on the secondary market. And with that being said, thank you guys for stopping by, checking out the channel. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. We're here every week. I drop a list every week that'll keep you up to par on what's moving on the secondary market, what's up, what's down, books that you may want to add to your collection. I may even show you something that you might consider your next big grail. All right? And I'm going to take a sip of the vibe juice because it's good vibes only, ladies and gentlemen. Check your nonsense at the door. We are only here for the love of the comics. This is not the perfect comic book show. This is the Keep It Comics comic book show where I make a lot of flaws, where I make a lot of mistakes, and I enjoy doing it. All right? So I thank you guys for stopping by, checking out the channel. Back to the list. At the list at number 9, we have The Incredible Hulk, issue number 2, and this is the 1 in 25 Linnell Francis Yu variant. Yo, I love this particular comic book right here. Yo, the artwork on this comic book is so stunning, man. I can look at this thing for hours, yo. When you talk about artwork, man, and how this thing will put together, just look at the imagery being used to create the Incredible Hulk's face, man, just by the branches and the green in the background and the shadowing. And man, like, this is my type of artwork right here, man. Definitely one for the collection. If you just want this book for the character or because of it's a 1 in 25, that's cool. Me, I'm grabbing it strictly because of the artwork, man. Last recorded sale for this book was $38. This book is also down negative 3.95%, but it has sold 67 copies on the secondary market so far. So that means for me, it's definitely a buying opportunity. All right, average price for a raw copy is $43. I don't have any CGC information on this book because it's still fairly new. All right, but we did have a high sale that took place, and that was for $79 for a raw copy back in July of 2023, while fair market value has this book resting at $43 for a raw copy in near mint condition. So keep your eye out on it because it's definitely moving on the secondary market. Get yourself one. On the list at number 8, we've got a book that I've been happy to talk about. I'm excited. I hope you guys get excited when you hear it's Transformers issue number 1. And this is that 2023 San Diego Comic-Con variant from Image Comics. Yes, we got a brand new cover to talk about. I think this is a dope cover to have, man. And with all this new excitement being created and being stirred up around Transformers, man, I'm happy to see that it's finally getting the love that it deserved. Last recorded sale for this particular comic book was $85. This book now, my friends, this book is up 9.11% with 116 copies that has moved on the secondary market so far. Last recorded sale for this book was $85 for a raw copy. We had a high sale that took place back in July of 2023 where a raw copy went for $140. And that's still not bad. I'm looking to get my hands on this one. I'm going to try to get it for a lot less than $140, but fair market value has this book resting at $85, which I think is perfect and well within my price range right there that I can maneuver a little bit. All right, so if you're in the market for Transformers issue number 1, that 2023 San Diego Comic-Con variant from Image Comics, keep your eye out on it because it's moving on the secondary market. And moving right along, at the list at number 7, we're going to talk about Venom, Lethal Protector. And this is issue number 1. And this is that first solo title for Venom. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is a well-known book. This book is probably in everyone's collection already. So I just wanted to share this information with you to let you know that your book is moving and it's spiking on the secondary market. Last recorded sale was $35, all right? Now, this book is currently trending upward, ladies and gentlemen, at 6.41% and climbing with 6,345 units sold so far on the secondary market. Now, the average sale for a raw copy is $25. So that's very obtainable. For those of you who are on that comic book budget, and I happen to be one of those people, $25 is not a lot of money to pay for a book such as this, all right? Now, average price for a graded copy is a little bit more. It'll cost you about $125. We had a high sale that took place back in 2018 for CGC 9.9. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the CGC 9.9 is the golden egg in this particular book, and where that book sold for $1,105. All right, so if you think about back in 2018 for the 9.9, if you catch it on the market right now, if you see anybody selling it, you may be able to get that for a lot lower. All right, so just check it out, take a look at it, and you make a decision from there. Fair market value has this book resting at $25 for a raw copy in their mint condition. So if you're looking for Venom, Lethal Protector, issue number 1, that first solo title for Venom, keep your eye out on it because it's moving on the secondary market. All right? Excuse me. You guys know what it is. It's good vibes only. I hope you're enjoying your weekend. I'm enjoying mine. It's not too hot this weekend. It's kind of mellow. It's cool. I'm chilling in the house, putting this video together for you guys, man. Enjoying the hobby. I appreciate y'all for inviting me into your homes. Shout out to my family out there, One Shot Comics. Shout out to Biggie Shaq. Shout out to John's Comics with Kids. Shout out to Perry. Shout out to Dylan. Shout out to Rod the Rican. Just the Rican and his comics. That's my guy. Make sure you check out his channel. Yo, check out all these guys' channel. These are good people, man. Good vibes only. Sending out good vibes to all y'all, man. I appreciate everything that you guys have done. I appreciate you, man. You guys have a good evening. Back to the list. Let's get it. At the list at number 6, we got Batman, Gargoyle of Gotham, issue number 1, and this is the ash can. All right? Last recorded sale for this book was $21. Perfect time to land a copy of this book. Now, if you guys have been watching this book the way I've been watching this book goes up and down. This book also has its ebbs and flows. It's up and down on the market. I finally caught it. I watched the price drop. It's down a negative 5.59%. Yo, strike while the iron is cold. This is perfect. This is a perfect example. Strike while the iron is cold. Don't wait for books to go up in value to decide you want to get that book. Watch the book. Pay attention. If it goes up, then you see a trend that is going up. You may want to just lay on it for a little while. You don't necessarily have to jump on it. Take your time. Be patient. Just wait a little bit. That book will 9 times out of 10 come back down a little bit. It'll level out and then it'll start dropping. When it drops, that's the time when you gotta like strategically strike while the iron is cold, baby. That's what it is. Average price for a raw copy is $35. We don't have any CGC graded information on this as of yet, but I'm gonna keep my eye out on it because I want to see who's gonna send it in and get it popping with this one. Now, we had a high sale that took place for a raw copy, and that was for $90. All right, and this book has already sold 76 copies thus far. Now, fair market value has this book resting at $35 for a raw copy in their mint condition. So, Batman, Gargoyle of Gotham, issue number 1, the ash can, keep your eye out on it because it's moving on the secondary market. At the list at number 5, Daredevil, issue number 11, first appearance of the Moose. Is it the Moose or is it the Muse? I'm going to call him the Muse. The Muse. It is what it is, right? Hey, this book is up right now. 23.32%. Hot book, ladies and gentlemen. Super hot. Average price for a raw copy, $21. And the average price for a graded copy is $125. We had a high sale that took place back in July of 2023 where CGC 9.8 went for $125. All right? But the last recorded sale for this book was for $40, and that was for a raw copy. Now, fair market value has this book resting at $21 for a raw copy in their mint condition. But this book is very obtainable. Keep your eye out on this book. It's got a first appearance in there. Daredevil has a cult following. I enjoyed Daredevil. It's a great read, so definitely keep your eye out on it. It's moving on the secondary market. At the list at number 4, we have The Incredible Hulk, issue number 1. And this is the Nick Klein regular cover. Yes. This has been a great read so far. We're only 2 issues in, all right? So I'm going to keep it 100 and I'm going to let you know. We're only 2 issues in. But so far, this has the makings of a great run. So for those of you who aren't reading The Incredible Hulk, you might want to give it a look-see, all right? Last recorded price that this book sold for was $4, all right? This book is currently down, but it's not down a lot. It's down 1.19%, but this book is receiving a lot of buzz in the comic book community, all right? So it has the makings of a good run. Average price for a raw copy was $5. Average price for a graded copy is $60. And the high sale that took place back in July for the CGC 9.8 was for $60. Fair market value has this book resting at $5 for a raw copy in near mint condition. So still very obtainable, easy to get your hands on. You may be able to go into some of these comic book shops and find this book still on the shelves or in back issue bins. Make sure you're supporting your local comic book shops. I love my local comic book shops. Every one of them that I frequent treat me like family. I get a lot of love from each and every one of them, so I always make sure that I'm going in, spreading love, and spending the money with them before I do any shopping on the secondary market. I literally, they literally have to not be able to get something for me in order for me to shop on the secondary market. But they treat me pretty well. I have enough connections and enough patience to wait for them to do what they do, and they find the book for me, and I go through and I make sure that the brick and mortar gets the money, man, because that's the way it should be. Yeah, so shout out to all my guys, man, who take care of me. You know who you are. All right, so The Incredible Hulk, issue number 1, the Nick Klein regular cover, it's moving on the secondary market, so you guys keep your eye on it. You're not going to want to miss this run, man. It has the makings of a great run. All right, we've made it to the top 3. At the list at number 3, we want to talk about Wolverine, issue number 1. And this is recorded as Wolverine's first ongoing solo series and the debut of the Black Wolverine costume. Yes, iconic cover. We all know about it. So let's talk some business. Last recorded sale for this book was $120. Now, this book goes up and down, but it's always been a popular book, right? So this book is up and down constantly. You can catch it almost at any time, but it's up right now at 10% on the secondary market. It's 10% increase in copies that have sold. Average price for a raw copy right now is $79, and the average price for a graded book will run you about $420. Now, this book had a high sale that took place for a CGC 9.9. Yes, Wolverine issue number 1, the 9.9 is the golden egg. It sold for $4,560 back in July of 2023, okay? But if that's a little too steep for your pockets, remember this. Fair market value has this book resting at $79 for a raw copy in near mint condition. You can't go wrong with that. This is still a great buying opportunity, even though this book is up 10% increase, has a 10% increase in sales. This book is still very obtainable. You can add this to your collection. Very well-known book, heavily sought after, doing a lot of numbers on the secondary market. All right, so Wolverine, issue number 1, first ongoing solo series. It's moving on the secondary market. Keep your eye on it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, at the list at number 2, we have to talk about one of the most famous books in everybody's collection. We're talking about Spawn, issue number 1, and this is the first appearance of Spawn himself. Yes, great job to the Todd Father, man. Yo, he is really building this book. He is designing this new world, character development, world building. Man, it's all there. From then to now, he has grown this thing into something I couldn't even imagine. When I first started watching Spawn to the time where I started reading Spawn, I never knew that Spawn's world could get as big as it is right now. So great job to you, Mr. Todd McFarlane. So let's talk numbers. Last recorded sale for this book was $180, and that was for a raw copy. This book is currently trending upward. It has an 11.49% increase in copies that have sold so far. The average sale for a raw copy is $43. The average price for a graded copy will run you roughly about $170 to $171. There was a high sale that took place for $9,995 back in 2021, and that was for a CGC 9.9. Okay? Fair market value has this book resting at $43 for a raw copy and near mint condition. One thing I'll say is this. When it comes to Todd McFarlane and Spawn, he has made sure that we have A, gotten quality stories, B, gotten quality artwork, and 3, gotten quality paper. He's doing all of this, man. And for some reason, Marvel keeps giving us rice paper. I don't know. Somebody leave a comment in the comment section. Tell me what you think. Why is that? How is Todd McFarlane able to give us all this quality and we can barely get a decent comic book from Marvel. I don't know. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm your boy C3. I'm here every week. I drop a hot list of all the latest comics that are coming out. I might hit you with some hot grails. You might get a chance to see some new first appearances or even just some beautiful comic book covers. But I like to share my love of the hobby with you guys. I hope you guys appreciate it because I appreciate you. Thank you for inviting me into your homes. Thank you for allowing me to share my love of the comic book hobby with each and every one of you. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the bell, share the content, leave comments down below. Let's do it. At the list at number 1, we want to talk about the hottest comic book moving on the secondary market. And that book is Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars, issue number 8. And this is the origin of the alien symbiote that later becomes Spider-Man's black suit and then Venom. Yes, last recorded sale for this book, my friends, at a CGC 8.5, it sold for $176. This book is up 1.99% increase in copies sold. All right, average price for a raw copy right now is $150, and the average price for CGC 9.8 will run you about $590. There was a high sale for CGC 9.9 back in 2021 when this book sold for $16,800. Yes, I know that's a lot of money. I don't have $16,000 to spend on a book, but you might, so that's why I'm bringing you this information. The CGC 9.9 was $16,800 back in 2021. There's a strong possibility that you can get that book for a lot less right now. All right, so for me, I'm gonna have to run with fair market value because fair market value says this book is resting at $150 for a pretty decent copy that I can grab for about a mid to high grade copy, 8.5 to a 9.0, about $150 for a graded copy, and that's what I'll be looking at. All right, so that's your list, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. You know what it is. It's good vibes only. I'm your boy C3. I always say, don't hate, congratulate. Show some love, because that don't cost you nothing. Appreciate. But no matter what you do, when you see me, always, and I do mean always, keep it comics. Peace. I see you guys later. You know what it is. Make sure you check out that next video too. It's full of good information.